This has always blown my mind a little bit. 53% of you that listen to the show regularly haven't yet subscribed to the show. So could I ask you for a favor before we start? If you like the show and you like what we do here and you want to support us, the free, simple way that you can do just that is by hitting the subscribe button. And my commitment to you is if you do that, then I'll do everything in my power, me and my team, to make sure that this show is better for you every single week. We'll listen to your feedback, we'll find the guests that you want me to speak to, and we'll continue to do what we do. Thank you so much. Jimmy, we've really just only met, and you are already, to me, a bit of a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
In so many ways. And I've been trying to piece the pieces together to understand the uniqueness of you, because you're so unbelievably unique. We just drove over here in the car, and hearing you speak about the way that you view life and speaking to you yesterday on the phone, I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people, and I've never, ever met someone who has the perspective on
school, the madness happens, and it's about 2 hours of madness from getting 4 kids ready in the morning, fed, out the door, on to school. I drop off school every day. And then I have a little bit of time, I'd say about 20 minutes driving back, where I just blast my music. I don't take any calls. That's my alone time. I love it. And then I get to the house and I start my full work day, and I'm committed and focused. And then the madness of bath time, bedtime, dinner time, and once 4 babies are asleep, and I just cherish that time at night when everyone's asleep and I can watch whatever show I want and just have some alone time. So I do take the time for myself. I think it's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. You said something beautiful before we started recording, and I definitely want to go in that direction, because you were talking about the different platforms and how you can show different parts of yourself, but you came here because there was something specific. Yeah. And I'd love to hear that, because
Kathy Vu. She's become the main topic of discussion with this case because I think, for one, it's fascinating that someone can have such a, quote, open or transparent public internet life, if you will, and then turn around and have such dark things happening behind the scenes. I do understand the fascination of that. And even just the contrast itself of her being this very soft voice girl with like a love for Sanrio and then allegedly being involved in a brutal, gruesome double homicide. I can understand that there's a lot of shock and intrigue, but it is important to remember that there are 2 other parties involved. And I think because there's just not a lot of information on them, everyone has just been laser focused on Kathy Vu. And I will say that even this episode will have more information on Kathy as of right now, since she was the public figure when all of this went down. But hopefully that will change as the trial moves forward, and we will get more information on Swift is dating some dude in the NFL. That's the only reason. It took the US winning against Pakistan. Apparently, they are one of the best cricket teams in the whole world. So for America, we beat Pakistan. Did we fucking care about cricket at all? No. But did we care about winning? Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. So now all everybody can talk about is cricket. That's it. Also, did you know the American cricket team, because it's such not a sport that we play in the US, they all have like full-time jobs.
They're part-time players?
Yeah, one of them is a full-time software engineer at what's it called, Oracle. And all it took was just 1 millisecond for us to start celebrating our win. I mean, give an American an inch and we will run a mile, because what the fuck is a kilometer, huh? Because if there is anything that will unite the United States of America, it's not an election. Don't even get me started, okay? It's not politics. No. It's not even what color is the dress. Is it Laurel or Yandy? No.
A big one, right?
What are the other options?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, even though the percentage of women that are still fertile is less as they get older, there still are some. Or if you really want children,
if you wanted to have 9 kids, you probably wouldn't want to marry a 30-year-old, right?
But if you want children that badly, you could adopt.
Yeah, but you could also marry a 25-year-old.
Well, there are also women who freeze their eggs.
Yeah, I know, but what if you could just marry a fertile 25-year-old too? You could be a 40-year-old man and go, well, she's 25, so I get the maximum amount of fertility. I want to have 7, 8 kids.
But then why weren't you trying to start that family? And
Maybe it's because you were trying to accrue resources so you could. And then if the 25-year-old says, yeah, you have the resources, I really dig you, I think you're great, I want to give you 9 kids, I could not imagine anybody at this table could ever give me a single problem with that.
It is now incredibly easy to create slop like that, which, as this CEO of an AI music generator points out, is one of its key selling points.
It's not really enjoyable to make music now. People enjoy.
Why did you say that?
it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. You need to get really good at an instrument or really good at a piece of production software. I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend making music.
Okay, first, and this is a hot take, I think a lot of people might actually enjoy making music. It's probably why they were doing it for the 40,000 years of human history prior to AI. But if that is not you and you would rather make music by simply pressing a button, then good news, you don't need AI. There are already a wide variety of toys made for babies just like you. But he is right that AI tools have now reduced the barrier of entry to people who want to produce writing, images or music that can seem plausibly professional.
Enjoy this little break from the company lot, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye. Anyways, lots of fun dystopian news in the last couple weeks. Truly. It's kind of tough on where to start. A couple weeks ago, I was passively reading about money laundering through Spotify, and I just want to read you this article. I can't pronounce the name of this website because I am illiterate. Sorainen, SORAINEN.com. This is something from January, so it's from pretty early this year. And I don't even know how I came across this. I think, what inspired this was I've spoken to some people and they speculate that Apple TV is, specifically Apple TV productions, so like Apple scripted shows like Severance and other stuff,
himself pretty much. And my grandmother pretty much raised me. And she taught me all about cooking, about eating healthy. My fascination with crystals came from her, kind of because my grandpa was a house mover. And when he moved houses, literally back in the day, they used to pick up a house on stilts and like remove it from one place in the country to another place. And he found these geode crystals and he brought them home for my grandma. And she was like, meh, whatever. And so she gave them to us and we loved them so much as children, myself and my cousins and my brother. And I was just fascinated, and like, I didn't realize until I was a teenager that all crystals have different meanings and they can be really supportive to you in your life in different ways.
What about the way you ate?
Yeah.
Was it different than like a real?
It gave us unprecedented access to the entirety of human knowledge, and more recently, this heartwarming video of a single cat raising his son alone that takes, I'm going to warn you, a very dark turn. I know. The CGI Garfield movie goes so much harder than you remember.
But, you know, so it changed our entire dynamic. It definitely did. We just weren't us anymore. Mm-hmm. He is a pathological liar. Yeah. And I was looking at this man like, who are you? And if we don't have the two biggest things in a marriage, which are trust and honesty, mm-hmm. then what do we have?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's like break this down for people that might not understand this like 5-part series sperm donor situation. What we saw and what was presented to us is that